YouTube, Soul Family, new subscribers. Hey, I'm so grateful for y'all, and just want to say I love y'all and I missed you when I'm not on here talking to you. I want to speak about a truth a lot of us know that we don't often say out loud, and that is relationships, whether they're personal, professional, or social. They all thrive on trust. Trust is like the invisible thread that weaves connection, cooperation, and genuine love together. But there's something out there that threatens to unravel that trust. And that is something that is deceitful and destructive. Machiavellian tactics. These tactics, manipulation, deceit, the willingness to use others to get ahead at their expense, may seem strategic or clever in the short term, but they leave destruction in their wake. They corrode trust. They corrode trust. They destroy the very fabric of connections. And whether it's somebody in the workplace who decides they want to use manipulation to get ahead and step on other people's necks, or an intimate relationship where somebody uses deceit to maintain control, or in a social environment where somebody wants to sow discord to gain influence. It is so important that we understand that these type of tactics, all they do is poison relationships. And it's so important for us to resist it as much as possible, okay? True relationships thrive on authenticity, not on manipulation. They can't stand long term. So it's important, if you want to have long-lasting relationships that are meaningful and true, you do not initiate them off of manipulation, deceit, or anything like that. Okay? It's very, very important. We have to, the other thing that these type of tactics do to a community and several people, whether workplace, a family setting, your friends group, however you want to look at it, when we use these manipulations, it creates an environment that stifles creativity, right? It makes everybody operate in a selfish, paranoid, suspicious of everybody and everybody that they interact with type of environment, and it makes for less collaboration and all of those sorts of things. So it's important that we, to resist that, create places where people can speak openly about whatever they would like to, collaborate with whoever they want to, and not feel this pull or a risk of being blackmailed, sabotaged, all of these different types of things that people that use these type of tactics will threaten you with, okay? It's important to understand that ways to try and combat this, right? We have to first recognize when the manipulation is happening around us and not stay silent, but stand firm and say, hey, somebody comes to you with the BS, the gossip, you're like, look, I really respect the honesty, okay, and the loyalty of this relationship, and mean it. And when you stand with that integrity, it in 10 is gonna, number one, it's gonna stop that tactic from continuing to come towards you from that particular person. The other thing it's going to do is it's going to encourage other people, when they notice that you don't stand for those sorts of things, to do the same thing, right? And that's one of the most important parts of all of this, is that it can spread to other people, and it's so that you can't stay silent. You got to call out the manipulators for their BS when they do it, and keep it pushing, right? Do it with kindness, but also with assertiveness, right? You could do it with a little bit of both, all right? The other thing about these tactics is you got to try and lead with, look, first you got to remember is this: people are not always going to remember what you achieved or your accomplishments, okay? But people definitely will remember how you made them feel, okay? So it's important to be a person that leads with integrity, that leads with the positive, okay? And show other people that is something that feels good, that they can do it too. You know, if you're going to choose integrity over manipulation, you're going to inspire other people to do the same thing, okay? And it's about making other people feel that. Understand that that's the right way to be, not the wrong way to be. Because it's so easy, these type of tactics want you to submit to that easy side, which is the manipulation, which is the lies, which is the shortcuts. And it's not going to get you anything but these temporary successes. It's never going to help you win the war. It's never going to help you leave the real legacy that you want to leave. Because a true legacy is not always based on just what you've accomplished, but it's also about what you've become, the type of relationships that you have built, and how you've been able to nurture them, right? So another thing about another way to operate and to understand, to make sure that you're doing this, is at work, right? A good example is to choose collaboration over competition, okay? Choose vulnerability over control. In friendships, choose loyalty over gossip. And watch how your world changes and how the fake people will drift out of your life slowly and surely. And don't be shocked if you learn and you start to realize that there haven't been that many real people in your life to begin with. Because when you start to set down boundaries, which is an important part of this process, okay, you have to let people know and stand firm that you don't tolerate that sort of thing. And it's important to remember that boundaries are not walls, but they're bridges for better connections and interactions in the future. Okay, so we don't need to have, like, love does not require manipulation. Influence does not require control. Okay, so if people are trying to operate in those type of ways around you, understand that their intentions may not be right. Okay? And true love and all of those sorts of, and love in general, does not coincide with any materialistic things. Okay? And it's important to remember when people are holding things over your head and saying, well, if you go here and do that, you're not going to get this, and I'm not going to do this for you, and I'm not going to do that. These are all manipulation tactics. That's all this stuff is. So if you're from a family that does this, you have a toxic family. That's just the bottom line. People that love unconditionally and really love don't do those sorts of things to other people that they say they love. It's rooted in their insecurities, their vulnerabilities, and that's just the way it goes. So pay attention to those sorts of things. They happen all around us all the time, okay? It's important not to fall for them and to stand against them as much as you can. Make your community, make your work environment, make anywhere you go a better place. stand for what's right, stand for truth, stand for justice. And until the next video, stay blessed and protected. Know that I love all y'all, okay?